Hey there, welcome to another episode of Prospecting in the Black Hills. What a beautiful day. Look at that view. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty interesting spot up here. It's just where you want to be on a day like this. You see for miles and miles. All that real easy on your eyes. Well, we're back at the Rusty Bucket. We were here the other day. It was too windy and cold to do much. Pretty nice up here in the hills today, though. We found some bedrock the other day, and we walked around a bit and found more bedrock that was different. What it looks like, and I'm probably pretty close, is we're right at the edge of a contact zone, meaning the original base for the hills during the Oligocene era 150 million years ago was bottom of seafloor, and it was mud. Heat and time became shale, a harder product, then heat, metamorphism converted it to slate, and then superheating and another wave of regional metamorphism turned that slate into phyllite, which is an alteration of the slate. And I'll show you a representative of it over here when we reach the edge of the waterfall. Kind of going between the trees here. I was kind of surprised to find it. That orange rock over there is actual granite, and that's the base of the uplift here in the Black Hills. And the very edge of that uplift is where I am. And you know, slate comes in, and shale comes in bedding planes and seafloors. And as you can see, this is the slate. Definitely a different kind of rock than the bedrock granite over there. It gets a little bit more interesting. Where was I? It was right here. That's right. Here's the granite. As you can see, its coloration. Yeah, orange feldspar. See the mica, tiny quartz. That's some granite, and it's more of it here. And lo and behold, it's right next to this rock, which is actually bedded. And this is igneous rock from underground. This is metamorphic rock. This was flat. As you can see, it's now up on its edges. You see here where the ridge, all those rocks were pointing straight up. I'll show you something down here as we get further down into the lower drainage of the falls. And it had to be a falls because of all the tumbled gravel around here and sand. Most of that wall was completely removed, all the way down to the slate bedrock. Now this stuff came up with a great deal of force, this granite. See how you can see how the granite has a basal cleavage, and was basically because of the way it was layered in the ground. Originally it was horizontal. When the uplift came and the granite, that stuff there, pushed its way up, it just pushed this stuff up out of the way and changed it and turned it into phyllite. Here's more. This is a very good representation of what I'm talking about. You see these larger chunks of rock here, which are obviously granite. And they didn't roll from very far uphill, because uphill was right there. We're at one of the highest points in the Black Hills at this juncture. You can see all the uplifted slate here, where it's kind of at an angle. This is why the place is called the Rusty Bucket, by the way. The miners who worked here 70 odd years ago took an old oil can and took some iron wire and turned it into a bucket. Now it's a rusty bucket. So that's what I call this mine. Here's the drainage all the way through down here. This is all bare. All barren. This is the only place in this region. It's just a thin layer of grass along in here covering up this bedrock. And as you can see, how all that slate is uplifted and now vertical. Started being horizontal, the granite came up, pushed it out of the way, and it froze in position as it cooled. Isn't that cool? Now, here's more of the bedrock, which is at the base here. You can look up the drainage. All the gravel's been removed. And if there was ever a place, the hill next to here is covered with inconsolidated gravel and sand, as is this drainage over here. So it all should have gravel and sand everywhere. Well, it is, except for right here, where the base of that drainage is, and it's all gone. All the gravel is gone, and I mean all of it. There's probably a few waste piles of cobble-sized boulders that they had to pull out and throw to the side. But they took everything. And this would have been the first place for them to look. This is the kind of a reminder of who's in charge of what's going on the planet. This was originally horizontal. The uplift brought it up to its buddies over here, and then planetary forces, gravity, erosion, fell back down horizontal again and became a perfect gold trap. Perfect gold trap. See how it's kind of like a dish shaped? Here's more bedrock right here next to the tree roots. Right in the tree roots there, I bet you if a guy dug in the base of this old snag, he'd find metal, and I think that's where I'm going to start. Down here is there's a junction of this drainage and this one, and they meet to a third drainage down below, which goes eastward. But this was absolutely a falls. Here's all the proof of it you need, is rounded gravel at the edge of a precipice, and it takes a lot of force to move rocks this size. Here's a nice rounded piece of rock. Here's a huge quartz boulder, nice and round from being tumbled, no sharp edges, and it's almost pink. It is almost pink. You know what this is? This is borderline rose quartz. It might just be the way the sun is, but that looks a little rosier than this. Little chunk. Looks pretty clear. Well, I don't know. This is a contact zone, so there's going to be a lot of different kinds of rocks. Here's some more. Here's some more proof. Sorry about the camera angles. Here's the country rock here, and here's part of a quartz vein that forced his way up through it into it. Yeah, this is a quartz vein in this country rock, and this is solid bedrock in here. All of this was dug out. This is a gold mine, man. This is a gold mine. And some critters have been digging. The critters of spring, digging for something to eat. It's the trees are breaking up through the bedrock. Sure enough. Another big piece of quartz. Yeah. I wasn't aware of this place. And here's a nice bowl-shaped drainage, and with plenty of rocks to dig behind. Here's the main upthrust of it. Here's more quartz veins. This is kind of a neat one. See what that? Can you see that? Country rock, quartz vein, country rock, quartz vein. This is the basis of the. Now that's just iron stained. I thought maybe it had a dash of pink, but no, it's iron stained. Big chunks of quartz, white, clear quartz everywhere. Here's the other drainage. So, two kinds of bedrock up here. The original bedrock, which was the slate, and the false bedrock, which was the uplift. Now the gravel and sand deposit I found the other day is on top of the boulders that that comprise the leading edge of that uplift. Here's another feldspar, mica, quartz, granite. That's the uplift. And all this stuff pushed its way up through here. Here's more of it. This is a high holy place, man. I'm going to have a lot of trouble determining whether or not I can tell you guys exactly where this place is. So it's an interesting looking. Somebody piled that up for some reason. It's not natural. Yeah, I'll think about it. But I want to introduce you to a little more of the beautiful Black Hills, and know you can do that on your own. And you can always hire a guide like me to take you to these places. There's a lot of gold mining. Contrary to popular belief, you don't have to pay anybody to come and pan gold in the Black Hills. Neither that, nor do you need a permit. You don't have to ask permission. You don't have to bring a babysitter. You just need equipment and a guide with good advice. It's the land of the free and home of the brave. Because of the brave, it's the land of the free. Okay, prospectors, saw you later.